Here I set up a very simple composition with one camera and a light. If you want to see those, just unshy those layers so that you can see them in the composition. I'll click the Composition Shy button so that we can see the camera and the light in our timeline. If you want to investigate the parameters further, you can, but I'll just shy those away and take a look at the 3D text alone. By looking in the comp window, we can see that this 3D text has material properties and casts shadows. We can click on the layer and type U to reveal the properties. It appears that we've only modified the offset for a range selector, but much more is going on inside this layer. If we type U to conceal that, then type UU to reveal all of the modified properties, you can see that there's a modification for rotation for that per 3D character, which sets the orientation for each of the characters. Then there's another range selector which controls all of the animation for the rotation. It's this range selector that's animated through the offset. We'll close this up and simply duplicate it. The duplicate I'll move over to the side and move forward a little bit. I'll duplicate this as well and move it over to the side and forward again. With all three of these 3D text layers, you can now see the true 3D effect of that single light and the distance values for the shadow and the color on the surface of each character. I'm simply going to change the source text for the third layer. I'll double-click on it and then type in "all fall down." In order to see more of the composition, we'll close down the character and paragraph panels by using the shortcut keys Command-6 and Command-7, or on the PC, Control-6 and Control-7. If we select all of our type layers, then type U on the keyboard, we'll see that all of the keyframes happen at the exact same time. We'll simply want to slide these a bit, so I'll click on the word offset to select all of the keyframes, then slide the keyframes for Ashes 1 forward, then slide the keyframes for All Fall Down further back. Because the range selector is using percentage rather than index to describe the source text that it's going to modify, I can type as many characters as I want, and the animation will occur through the entire phrase. 0 on the number pad will create a quick RAM preview to see how this 3D text interacts with the floor, casting a shadow and accepting the 3D lights in the scene. I'll scale up the timeline so we have a little more room to see all of the different parameters we've added to these layers. By typing U once, I'll conceal those keyframes, then again type UU to show everything. By bringing the knowledge of the previous lessons together, we know that we can change our type by using per character 3D to modify the rotation parameter in a single range selector. Additionally, we know that we can add more modifiers, in this case, a rotation value of -82, so that when the range selector to animate the rotation covers the characters, they will rotate by 82 degrees. We also know that using the ramp down version will leave all of the characters down once they lie down. And we're using the offset value for a range selector to simply move the range selector over the top of our entire phrase in order to create the animation.